I'm ending our marriage plans. Consider our engagement broken off as of today. Got it?
What? What are you suddenly talking about? Tyler, we just came to your family home today to announce our engagement.
That's why I can't wait another minute to end this. You understand what you've done?
No, I don't. Everything seemed fine during the meeting.
That's exactly why I'm ending it. Because you embarrassed me during that announcement.
Huh? Did I do something wrong?
Did you think my family wouldn't ask about your background?
They asked normal questions about my life.
Are you kidding? You brazenly revealed your pathetic education in front of my parents. I had no idea you were a high school dropout. Do you have any idea how embarrassing it was to bring someone like you in front of my parents?
Excuse me?
Just remembering their shocked faces. It's still mortifying.
Is that really what you saw? Because your parents seemed understanding when I explained.
Understanding? They were just being polite.
Hold on a minute. So you want to call off the wedding because you don't like my education level? I can't accept that.
What did you say?
I explained the reason for my education level to your parents today. My parents divorced, and when my mom got custody of me, she immediately fell ill. I had to drop out of high school to work and support us, and I've never regretted that decision.
That might be fine for you, but not for me. How dare you deceive me all this time? You're nothing but a fraud.
A fraud?
3 years! We dated for 3 years and you never thought to mention this?
Because it wasn't relevant to who I am now.
I always assumed your education matched mine. I was shocked. You could keep up with conversations with me, a Harvard graduate, and you work at a multinational company making twice my salary. I respected you for being so accomplished. How dare you deceive me?
Deceive you? That's ridiculous. I never once lied about my education. It just never came up in our conversations.
Because you deliberately avoided the topic.
No, you never asked. You just assumed.
Stop making excuses. This is the kind of thing you're supposed to disclose up front. You should have asked. I'm a dropout, but is that okay? Before we started dating.
What? I've never heard of anyone doing that.
That's because you don't understand how things work in proper society.
Proper society? Is that what this is about?
Anyone with half a brain would understand. My family, including me, are all Harvard graduates. We're a well-known, wealthy family that's expanded our inherited business in multiple directions.
So what? Being a dropout isn't something I'm proud of, but I don't deserve to be called pathetic.
What?
Educational background is just past glory. What matters is the present. My current position and status won't crumble because of something like a degree.
Are you stupid? My family needs perfection in both past and present. Any woman who marries into our family must be perfect in every way.
Perfect? Is that how you see yourself?
At least I have the proper credentials.
That's ridiculous.
So that's why I'm breaking up with you. A dropout isn't worthy of our family. Who would want to marry such a classless woman?
Oh well, that's too bad.
Is that all you have to say?
What else is there to say to someone who judges people like this?
Just get out of here.
I'll respect your decision. Take care then. Oh, but what about your things at my place?
What things?
Your clothes, books, that watch you always forget.
Throw away everything of mine that's at your place. I can't touch anything that's been in such a disgusting home ever again.
Sure, whatever you say. Well, goodbye for real this time.
Wait, aren't you going to fight for it this morning?
Why would I? You've made your position very clear.
You're just giving up?
No, I'm accepting your decision. Isn't that what you wanted?
You're supposed to beg and apologize.
For what? Working hard and being successful? Goodbye, Tyler. Thank you for coming to our home today. I'm Tyler's mother, Kate. I wasn't expecting to hear from you. I felt we needed to talk after what happened. Thank you for making time for me. Actually, I have something I need to report. About the broken engagement? Yes, I've already heard about it from my son. How much did he tell you? Everything, including his shameful behavior. I'm sorry if my, background made you uncomfortable, but I'm not going to apologize for who I am. No, please don't apologize for something like that. Education doesn't determine a person's worth or everything about them. What? My husband and I were actually impressed by your strength. But Tyler said, if anything, we should be apologizing for our son. Breaking off an engagement for such a ridiculous reason is truly embarrassing. So, you and his father weren't against the marriage? I thought you both were opposing it. Against it? Quite the opposite. Tyler made it sound like you were horrified. Of course not. My husband and I were actually saying what a wonderful young woman she is. You dropped out of school for your mother, after all, didn't you? Really? When you told us about supporting your ill mother, we were moved by your strength and decisiveness. I thought being a dropout would be unacceptable to your family. Of course not. He introduced us to you, then he suddenly announces he's not getting married, and when we pressed him about why, he says her education isn't worthy of our family. My husband and I were stunned speechless. I'm relieved to know you two didn't hate me. That was my only lingering concern. You know, I should tell you something about Tyler. Yes? Tyler's personality has always been troublesome. He has 3 older sisters, and he's our only son. Maybe that's why he's always had this excessive heir mentality, going on about, I'm the eldest son, I have to protect the family. Has he always been like this? Ever since he got into Harvard, he's been insufferable about status. I see. That's why he was so obsessed with my education and public image. The irony is, we never raised him to be this way. Please trust me. I'm so disappointed in him. It must be difficult for you too. I'm truly sorry about my son's behavior, but I'm sure someone like you will find someone wonderful soon. Please forget about my foolish son and meet someone amazing. You're very kind, Kate. Thank you. Please, there's no reason to thank me. Well, I hope Tyler finds someone suitable for him, too. Though at this rate, I worry about his future. I'm sure he'll figure things out eventually. You're still kind even after how he treated you. Well, 3 years together wasn't all bad. Emma, please don't let this experience make you doubt yourself. Thank you. That means a lot coming from you.
Sorry for the sudden request, but can I come to your place today? I need a place to stay for a while.
Huh? Didn't we break up just the other day?
I know, but please hear me out.
I don't think that's appropriate anymore.
Yeah, but this is an emergency. I just got kicked out of my house. I have nowhere to go. Please let me stay at your place.
Kicked out? But you were so devoted to your family. What happened?
I'd like to know that myself. Just when I thought I'd forgotten to tell them something, they suddenly kicked me out. They said you're not worthy of this family.
What?
They completely blindsided me.
There must be a reason.
I don't know why, but apparently they weren't happy about me breaking off our engagement. They said, your attitude about finding a wife worthy of our family is admirable, but why is your salary lower than your girlfriend's when you have such an impressive degree?
Come to think of it, I did mention my job and salary to your parents. I think I told them that I have an executive position and make $200,000 a year.
Did you have to tell them that?
They asked about my work. Was I supposed to lie?
They said if I'm breaking up with someone for being low class, then I'm even more unworthy of being heir since I'm below that low class. They said someone who can't earn or show common sense isn't worthy of our family. And then they threw me out.
I understand the situation completely, but why come to me for help? Don't you have friends you could stay with?
Your place is the biggest and most comfortable.
Excuse me?
I've always lived at home. Can't stay in my friends' tiny rental apartments.
Are you serious right now?
What's wrong with that?
Of course, Mr. Rich Boy. Every place must look shabby compared to your family mansion.
But your place is the best option. Even though it's a rental, it's pretty spacious, and it kind of feels like my house.
Well, I do live in what people call a luxury high-rise, and I put a lot of thought into the interior design.
See? You understand.
That wasn't a compliment to you.
Anyway, that's why your place is the only one I'll approve of. It's the only place that gets a passing grade.
Who do you think you are, giving out grades? And you dump me, but suddenly want to crash at my place?
Be so cold. We dated for 3 years.
Which you ended because I wasn't good enough, remember?
Of course I won't ask for free. If you let me stay, I'll even get back together with you.
What?
You're basically forced to be dumped. You must be desperate to get back with me. If you let me stay, I'll date you again during that time. Think about it. It's a win-win. I'm heading over now, so be ready to welcome me.
Sorry, but I'm living with my boyfriend.
What?
So please don't come over. I won't welcome you or unlock the building entrance no matter how much you beg.
Hold on a minute. Living with your boyfriend? You mean you already found another guy?
Yes, that's right. After you broke off our engagement, I had a fateful encounter.
What? And you're living together already? Don't you think finding another guy just a week after breaking up is way too fast?
You think so? But isn't moving on quickly important?
But we dated for like 3 years, right? Can you really move on so easily after dating that long?
Didn't you easily dump your girlfriend of 3 years just because I didn't go to high school?
That was different.
How exactly?
Well, that's...
I believe quick transitions are important in both work and private life. There's no point dwelling on the past. Oh, sorry. I guess someone who's still hung up on old academic credentials wouldn't understand that.
Hey, you just insulted me, didn't you?
Well, you kept insulting me as a low-class dropout, too. So let's call it even. Good luck with your apartment hunting.
Wait a minute. What am I supposed to do now when you just tell me good luck? Where do I go?
That's not my problem. If you don't like small rentals, why not just live in a hotel?
What did you say?
I don't know how much rent you can afford, but my ex's finances aren't my concern anymore. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to watch a movie with my boyfriend. Bye-bye.
Don't ignore me. Emma, at least tell me what hotel you recommend. Please, Emma, let me into your place.
How many times do I have to refuse before you get it? You're so persistent.
Just hear me out one more time.
Stop calling and texting. You're making my new boyfriend suspicious.
Is that really such a problem?
Of course it is.
Isn't this the perfect opportunity then? Break up with that guy and get back together with me. Let's live together.
What?
You can't be serious about him anyway.
And why not?
Actually, after that, I gave up and decided to stay at a friend's place. But I just got kicked out of there too. They said I don't want to help someone who just complains about how small everything is.
It's awful of you to trample on your friend's kindness.
Their place was barely bigger than a closet.
You're impossible.
It's your fault, making me all upset by moving on to another guy so quickly.
Wait, how is this my fault?
I got frustrated and ended up taking it out on my friend.
That has absolutely nothing to do with me.
Come on, we both know you're just dating this guy to make me jealous.
I'm really not.
Anyway, I've been kicked out and have nowhere to go. So break up with your boyfriend and let me stay.
Absolutely not.
But...
Weren't you the one who hated low-class dropouts? Why do you want to get back together after dumping me for that?
True, your education level is too low class to be my wife. But I realized something. We just don't have to get married.
What?
While you're not acceptable as a wife, you're barely acceptable as a girlfriend. We'll never get married, but I'll stay with you as your boyfriend.
Are you serious? Do you really think that?
Of course! While you're low class in education, I do give you some credit. It's impressive that a dropout managed to get into a multinational company. And I respect that you have a higher position and salary than me. See? I'm being generous here.
That's not a compliment at all. You rejected everything about me just because of my education when you broke off our engagement.
But if we get back together now, you might get to marry me in the future.
Huh?
Just think about it. This could be your second chance.
Second chance at what exactly?
I can't keep letting you outdo me forever. I'll work hard to get promoted and earn more than you. Then my family will recognize me and make me the heir. When that happens, I'll tell my parents dramatically how you supported me, and they might approve of our marriage.
Stop this ridiculous fantasy! You're being ridiculous, Tyler. Do you really think Emma would fall for a trap like that? We never opposed the marriage in the first place. Don't you dare pin this on your father and I.
Huh?
Did you really think you could manipulate her like this?
Mom! Why are you messaging with Emma's phone?
Emma sent us an SOS because your attempts to get back together were becoming too much. She said you were bothering her, so your father and I came directly to her place to apologize.
What? Dad's there too?
That's right. We're all here watching your pathetic attempts to get her back.
This has nothing to do with you.
And then your message about getting back together came in, so we quietly watched to see what you'd say.
But wait, you saw our whole conversation?
Every single message.
You had no right to read those.
I'm so embarrassed, sad, and angry I can't contain myself. We explained this to you too. We never cared about her education, but you went ahead and broke off the engagement on your own, saying, I understand what's best for this family.
But our whole family graduated from Harvard, so obviously a dropout isn't suitable as my wife, even if she's somewhat smart.
Somewhat smart? She's more successful than you.
That's temporary.
If you're going to say that, what about our family's ancestors? Your great-grandparents, who laid the foundation for our wealth, were basically high school dropouts right after World War II. They built this business from nothing and created our fortune. Insulting dropouts means insulting our ancestors. Neither your father nor I can forgive that.
That was a different time.
Different how?
Well, that's...
Can't answer, can you?
But times have changed.
We thought kicking you out would make you reflect, but it was completely useless. I've made up my mind. Your father and I are cutting ties with you.
What?
I don't want to hand over the assets from our ancestors to such a foolish son. So from today, you're disowned. We'll make sure you inherit as little as possible.
No, can't be. I'm your only son.
Being our only son doesn't excuse your behavior.
You can't do this to me.
Yes, even though you're such a fool, you're still the son we raised with care. So, for the severance, shall we give you about $100,000?
You give me that much? I could rent a nice place with that.
Don't get excited yet. First, you need to show remorse to the person you've troubled so much. So, I'll be giving this severance money to Emma.
What?
It seems she's decided to marry the person she's dating now, so it can be a wedding gift.
What? Wedding gift? She's already marrying that new boyfriend?
What amazing speed in moving on and taking action. As a woman, I really admire her.
What are you saying? She's a disrespectful woman who rejected your son's attempt to get back together. You're going to give $100,000 to someone like that?
$100,000? For our wealthy family, that amount is trivial now. We won't miss it. And if it serves as an apology for my foolish son, it's a bargain. Or can you make an equivalent apology to Emma?
Equivalent? That's... I don't have that kind of money.
If you can't, then keep your mouth shut until you can give Emma a proper apology. And don't ever come back to our house. Both your father and I are serious about cutting ties. We'll explain everything to your sisters, too.
Emma? Are you really going to marry someone other than me?
Yeah, actually, we're already married.
What?
We submitted the marriage registration first thing this morning.
It can't be true.
It is.
You can't be serious about him.
I am.
No, it can't be. How can you be happy while I'm all alone after losing my family? That's not fair.
Your choices led you here, Tyler.
But I didn't think it would end up like this.
Even if you say that, maybe you should try finding someone who's compatible with you. Then you won't be sad and lonely anymore.
Who would be compatible with someone like me who's been disowned? Where would I find them? Please, Emma, stay with me. You're all I have left.
Well, I have plenty of people besides you.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means I've moved on.
Huh?
So I'm going to have to block you now. I can't deal with this anymore.
You wouldn't dare.
Besides, my beloved husband gets jealous and says he doesn't want to see me chatting with other men so often for no good reason. I don't want to talk to you either, so I'm blocking you since you're neither a friend nor a colleague.
Wait, please, anything but that. Please don't block me. Emma, answer me. What? Oh, wait, did you really block me? Please, don't abandon me. Just one more message. Please. Never thought this would happen. I never imagined I'd end up alone.
After that, I heard Tyler kept begging his parents to take back their decision to cut ties. However, his parents remained firm in their refusal, and all his older sisters took over the company together. Apparently, while Tyler was always focused on being the heir, he never actually studied or prepared for it, and his parents never intended to hand the company over to him in the first place. After that, Tyler lost both his friends and his status as the president's son, and now lives a quiet, lonely life by